That's the best first married story. Go ahead and pause for a minute. You can just hold the ball underneath your foot. Close your eyes. Lengthen the spine. Take a deep breath. More than anything, let your breath be smooth. So it's not a or a, right? Smooth it out. Soft as silk. Letting that breath. Notice that the first couple of times you take that inhale and that exhale, your brain is right there focused. So if you find yourself wandering in class, which you probably will, because the brain is meant to do that. So it's an exercise in and of itself just to bring that awareness, that connectedness back to, oh, what's going on? Oh, yeah, that's great. Find the inhale, find the exhale. Notice your heart. Notice your energy. We have a parasympathetic nervous system and a sympathetic one. The sympathetic one acts on its own. The parasympathetic we actually can control. Did I say that right or did I say that wrong? Now my brain's just like, I don't think that's right. Anyway, come all the way up. Is it the sympathetic that's the just automatic? I know there's the autonomic, but anyway, oh well, doesn't matter. One, I can't believe this, my dad's gonna be dying. He's a doctor, a retired doctor. He's gonna go, learn a damn thing I taught you. So go ahead and find some sensation underneath that feet, and I will tell you a story about throwing. I used to throw things at my husband. It wasn't okay for me to be angry when I was growing up, or to express anger, okay? Except, and one of the reasons was, and this is another dad story, I have this recorded, and it's available on a YouTube channel. That is just Debbie Arnell, my name. I'm no original. I probably should make it a yoga for everybody so that people would go, oh yeah, I can play this. But anyway, so my dad would, but there was one time he threw and was so angry, and he threw and then went charging through a door that my sister had locked. Took the door jamb off and everything, and he was just, that anger was so that he left the door like that for years. It wasn't fixed for years, just as a reminder, a physical reminder. But anyway, I hucked, the last thing I hucked at my husband was a tube of toothpaste. And like I hucked it, I was mad. I went to my knees, I was crying. He opens the door, he's like, what was that one? Because it had made such an interesting sound that all over the wall and door was toothpaste. It just burst. I played third base. Second row. Anyway, throwing things. That's where my brain goes. So what we're looking for is a place that maybe is a little sensational. I usually find it to be in the arch of the foot. Turning it in, turning it out, starting to warm up the hip, creating space. Okay, and then go ahead and find your second side, the second foot, and just push for a moment. If you find a place, there's nothing wrong with just holding it there, breathing to the sensation. I mean, you don't want it to be like a 10 on a pain scale, right? But yeah, it's like, oh, I feel that. Because everything, right? We're all connected down there. I studied with Thomas Myers. He wrote a book. It's probably been about 15 or 16 years now called Anatomy Trains. So he was a not philosophy, but a physiology teacher, taught anatomy. And they discovered all this white stuff that covers, you know, you take the chicken skin off, that little white gooey stuff, that's fascia. And I remember the first time I saw a dissection, they opened the body and they started scooping this white, just, what's that? Oh, we don't need it. And they just were throwing it in the trash. Well, he started dissecting that and found these trains of connectedness here, all the way down the body, across the bottom of the foot to the toe. And then there's another train that goes all the way up the front side. There are trains that go like this. I mean, and he's literally dissected them. And you can see them, and it's pretty amazing. So we're just looking for places on the feet. I talk so that you have moments of, you probably go, how long is she going to tell us this story? So that you have time to stay there on that foot.
Tell us something about Laurie and AJ.
Laurie and AJ, tell us about yourselves. I'll edit that part out.
Let's see.
Been married
23 years.
Woohoo!
And, have 4 kids, and I love my passions to fly fish.
Sweet.
And this is my second time of going to yoga, so I'm not going to know anything just to prepare you.
So AJ's the one that's brought you to yoga?
Well, AJ taught me AJ's coming more than I know.
Well, it's my
Not
second
on
time.
Wednesday. You haven't come to my class, but you come to Jennifer's class.
We came to her class last Wednesday, was our first time. It was my first time ever.
Oh.
Or like in years past.
Was it Wednesday night? Not here.
Yeah, I haven't done it for years.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've done it for years, so she's since done it.
Any injuries, anything?
No, I have something wrong with one of my shoulders. Hurts, but it's not an injury, it's just sore.
Yeah, it's probably still an injury. All right, so go ahead. We're gonna do a couple more things with these balls, okay? They're just racquetballs. Take, and we call it the 3 amigos. Put the big toes on one side and the pinky toe on the other to see if you can get the ball of the foot on the ground. So you'll have to slide them out forward. Notice my knee is just at a right angle. So if you're back here, pull it forward. And then lift the heel. Yeah, you might feel some sensation. The ball of the foot stays down. This is anti-hammer toe, or if you have a hammer toe, it's a help fix a hammer toe without needing the surgery.
So is that what the surgery where you put the long?
The surgery, they go in and they cut right here, and they cut the tendon, because that's what's happened is the tendon is pulled tight and they can no longer have the muscle strength to take them off.
I have a sister-in-law who just had she's got 3 months spikes coming out.
Oh, no, she must have broken toes.
No, she's
No?
not broken,
Did she need to rearrange the
she
line?
just straighten her toes, that's the way they're
Well,
straightened.
maybe that's that new thing.
Terrible.
I like this better.
I'll do this.
Okay, now take up and over. See if you can grab. Michelle's the only one that's been able to lift the ball because she's got long toes. Oh my gosh, AJ's a yogi. Okay, now put it back down and you're trying to point. Can you see how the knuckles of my toes are gotten white? Really stretch. You might feel a cramp in your arch. Come out and come back in if you do, okay? Find that stretching point and then try to elongate it. So roll the ball a little bit more forward so that you should feel a little something up in the hip starting to, and you're actually going to take your hands right here and you're going to lean back. And then, okay, it was on the toe. I'm now going to roll that ball as far, yes, I'm going to be a little ski-wumpus, right? I'm just trying to elongate. You can do whatever you want up here if you want. If you want to get clear back here and relax. This psoas muscle, okay, biggest hip flexor we have. But when we're pushing down on that ball, we're actually also engaging. Now, there's a couple more things I want you to do. While you're here, You can be here. If this is too intense, if just one is okay? Try to pull the ribs towards the back of the chair. Oh, feel the difference. Finding that, yeah. One of the best things, when we are doing yoga in a chair, it is so hard to access these hip muscles. So, if getting up and off the chair, come gently back up. And how's the spine? Can you feel that? Okay, I was thinking that we really needed to work in here. So, this can be done, AJ, Laurie, Trudy, any of you that can get down on the floor, from the floor, okay? And you just stick, I'm gonna just show you so that you can see this. You stick a block underneath your sacrum, okay? It's not on the low back, so this is more on my low back. The sacrum is that bony place there, okay? And then you come here. And you can find this, but you're really still. This wants to come up towards the ceiling because of this. We're trying to pull this down. It's the upper part of the psoas that's getting the stretch, the part that goes from here to here. Now, if you want to get both sides of the psoas, then this block comes off so that the whole sacrum is there. Careful. And then it comes down. And then you pull, and you're finding rib cage down, hip flexor down, foot stays flexed, heel pushes down, and I'm just going for maximum length, okay? When we get down on the floor today, I'm gonna have you try that and see. When you come out of that, you just roll yourself around, okay? So, second side, grab the ball, find the three amigos. So I move it out, right, so that I'm not gonna compromise. When we work here, we can work here, but it's much more compromising on the knee, okay? So big toe on one side, pinky toe on the other, push the ball of the foot down onto the floor and then lift, okay? Compressing, but notice each one of those three amigos is as straight as it can be. These three middle toes are just going heaven sent, okay? You might be going, that does not feel heaven sent. Yeah, finding that range of motion, okay? Letting that, go ahead and lean forward and just notice. So in yoga, there's a pose called screaming toe. It looks something like this. Take the heel up as high as you can. Maybe you can get it up a little. Yeah, and go ahead and release. Beautifully done. If you need to wiggle through those toes, just do so. Otherwise, take them up and over. Find that. So I am lifting the top of my foot forward, almost like somebody's kind of stroking underneath my arch. Okay. Sometimes I'll feel it up here in the quad muscle. Okay, that's totally fine. And see if you can elongate. You're gonna see that I have one toe. See the broken one, it doesn't like to straighten. That might be one that later on I need to do something for, but I plan on doing this kind of stuff as long as I can. Okay, here we go back. You ready? Take a lean, use your hands. Get yourself back here. You might have to kind of just feel that ball and take it a little more forward, right? Because I want you to push down in the ball, but also reach it like it's rolling away and you're holding it back and you're gonna feel a little skiwakas and that's totally fine. Rib cage pulls back. Yeah. And then go ahead and find some movement. Now, the minute my rib cage lifts, the psoas is actually working because it attaches to the T12 on my vertebrae. So when I pull this down, right, and gets back, I've taken it up and now I pull it down. Stretch. Stay for a moment. We're not in a rush. You're like, yes, I am. Get me out of here. Breathe. Find that smooth breath. Yeah, an audible exhale, fabulous idea. Inhale, everybody. Letting go and gently come up. Woo, go ahead and, yeah, oh man is right. So fun, yes. Now, did your low back also get some work? Anytime we stretch the front of the side of the body, backside is working. It's this wonderful thing. Go ahead and loosen those balls. Grab a block. Okay. You know what? We're going to wait on those because I'm going to do these here, and then we'll stand up and use our balance because it'll be a little better. So grab your stick. We're going for range of motion. Okay, you've done this.
I can see somebody getting hit.
Oh, yeah, you know what, Larry?
You're okay.
Larry, just slide your chair forward, and probably Lori, you'd slide yours forward, your chair. Bring the whole chair forward on your mat. That's a good idea. I'm gonna start remembering using these to just set it up a little different. Yeah, totally fine. Now you'll be okay. So we're going for range of motion. You'll see, I can do it on one side, but I can't do it on the other side. The other side, there's just a little bit of a shoulder tear. So pull down. Okay, if you can't get it all the way there, do it this way. But if you can try, I want you to try the other way first, right? So palms facing forward, you're not gripping, ever do you grip. Because the minute you grip, can you feel that your hands and wrists are doing the work? Not the shoulders and forearms, it actually takes it out. Bend your elbows, they're gonna come towards your body, okay? Pull it up. It's not gonna go very far, maybe. I know! And bring it back down. Release it and roll through those shoulders, okay? A lot of work. We don't wanna work here. So make sure the shoulders aren't rolling forward. Make sure they're up and around on the back, okay? Palms face forward, elbows, but not grabbing. And now we're gonna add one more thing on. Will you try and push, like you're pushing the pull together? Like you're pushing it in. Yeah? Isn't that just, can you just be, I mean, do you know how fun it is to just sit on a chair and fiddle with my body? That's what I do, that's my yoga prep. So find that, the back, notice where it works. Notice what starts to happen with the rib cage. It wants to poke out, so I'm gonna just turn sideways so that you can see it wants to kind of back bend. But does that back bend hurt your low back at all? Doesn't? Get your stick a little higher. Didn't that take that out? So now I'm doing a back bend, I'm doing some back work, my low back's out of the equation. Is your low back out of the equation? Okay. So the minute we head down, go ahead and release. Roll through those shoulders. Yeah? That is, I have my dad's, it wasn't one of you. These guys know my dad's story. My dad was almost 6'3", I think. Maybe I've lied, maybe it's 6'1", 6'2", I can't remember. Right around there. He now measures 5'7", and that isn't a lie. He has a severe kyphosis, which is the thoracic spine, the mid-back going back. And because of it, this is flattened, his lumbar, and his pain is here. Okay, he's very active, but he's in pain. So, guess what? Debbie is very about, let's not be that way. Okay, so no dowager humps for us. Come up, come as high as you can. Maybe you have to kind of scoot it up there. Ooh, and then hold it in your hands. Palms can face up this time. I want you to just pull in, but I want you to take your thumb like you're hitchhiking. So reaching behind. Pull those in. Ooh, guys, feel that. And then see if you can feel like somebody's lifting your head and you're getting taller. And you're almost going to get off your chair. You're going to push into your feet and you're going to find all of that work going on. Lengthening, breathing. Push down into your feet. Push down into your rear end, into the chair. Release. Go ahead and come on out. Roll through. Okay. That's just some of the best stuff we can do for our posture. So roll through. I know that's some work. Go ahead and come on. Reach it. Bend those elbows. Come down. Take it back up. Come down. Up. Bend those elbows. How's that feel on yours? Okay, how much pain on scale of 1 to 10?
My shoulder, like a 3.
Okay. Take your hands a little wider. okay? When you come up here, go ahead and do this, everybody. Pull your shoulders up. That's what we tend to do. What I'd like you to do is not just drop them, but drop them and now try to pull your stick wide. No. I didn't say move the hands. So you're probably about 3 feet. If you've really got longer arms, okay, you can be a little longer. Okay, so we're here, right? Pull the shoulders up, and then you're gonna just kind of roll them on the back and pull them down. And then I want you to take and try to pull the stick apart. Do you feel those shoulder blades? Underneath the shoulder blades is working. That's actually gonna be one of the best things you can do for that shoulder. Your hands could actually be even a tad bit further apart. You would say you're about my height, my little structure, but yeah, so. How's that feel on it?
It feels good.
Okay, so what you want to do now, lift the shoulders here, still pulling apart. Pull the shoulders back down. Ooh, lift. Pull the shoulders back down. You want, is that range of motion on the scapula, the shoulder blade. There's a muscle underneath that helps pull those babies and then release. Oh, anybody feel their necks? Go ahead and roll through the neck. Now, we did not work our neck. So you recognize that when we hold our neck in a certain place with any kind of tension, with any kind of, go ahead and any circling, and then pause, and just with your breath, will you look over one shoulder? Inhale, and then exhale, move on. Exhale, back to the other side. Inhale. Exhale. So there's 2 types of movement that we do in this class. Go ahead and next time you exhale, pull the ear toward the shoulder. So it's going to be your left ear towards your left shoulder. And then, so we can hold, go ahead and just feel the stretch, right? Feel where it's, and then lift the shoulder and pull it down and lift it. So one type of movement we can do is holding it still, and the other type is we move through. Both are important, okay? The just holding helps lengthen, helps articulate in our mind where the sensation is, and you can be where you can actually pinpoint it, and you can go into a chiropractor and you can say, it's right here that the problem is. They die. They're like, oh, you're chiropractor? No, I teach yoga. Come here, right? Find that stretch first, and then let the shoulder lift and fall. Now, normally, what do? We lift our head, okay? Part of that muscle is connected to the shoulder. That's why we can work this way. So we do both ways. So not only do we do a holding motion, we do a motion and we do an engagement of a muscle with complete mobility. So find some movement and then come back up. Tuck your chin. Would you feel as if, you don't have to do this, but feel as if you've got the ball right there, and then lift the shoulders and pull them down the back, and lift the shoulders and pull them down the back. Lift the shoulders, pull them down the back, right? So some of the yoga texts, and I'll try to remember to put this in the show notes, because some of the yoga text talks about doing things, but not doing them for a reward. But go ahead and come out of that. How's your spine feel? It's like it makes you say, I want to do the yoga because of how I feel. Yoga is not, I do this so I get this. Yoga is, yes, there will be a result, there always is. But yoga is, I do this because it's what I feel is the right thing to do. It might create this, it might not. Okay, here we go, back up. We got one more of these. Okay, you're over to the side. Now, yes, last time we did this. This time I'd like you to kind of go up, like almost it's up there. You're going to pull this one away. It's going that way while you come over to the side. I'll go all that way. So this hand, the top one is pulling away, okay? Notice if your head wants to come forward. If it does, go ahead and push down. See if you can sit up a little taller, okay? Tuck your chin and then untuck it. Feel as if someone's pulling on the back of your ears. I'm still pulling here. So there's a lot of work going on here. Now take this other hand, the lower one, and pull down. Tuck your chin, pull your arms behind you if you can. Maybe you can straighten them away and release. Woo! Isn't that amazing? Aren't you like so excited? Okay, how was that on your shoulder? 1 to 10. Right there. Okay, was it burning or was it painful? Okay. My guess is the front part of your deltoid muscle just probably isn't firing. So come on up. Each muscle has its own nerve, and that's what I mean by firing. The nerve has to fire. Okay, so we're going this way with that hand. You're going up, push down, come up and over. Okay, pull this hand away. Just try to be pulling here. Notice where you feel and what you've got going on here. Tuck your chin. And then lift and feel the ears being pulled back. And just notice in your back, in your shoulder, you're still pulling, and now add this one. So now you're pulling away. The minute I do that, I'm just kind of like, it's actually almost heaven-like feeling. Even though I'm working and I can feel the burn, I can feel my heart want to open and gently release. How was that? Okay. Okay, cool. Yours did. But okay, that side doesn't. All right, how's that shoulder? Can I tell you that your movement has improved? You could never have done this. Go ahead and lift it. We're gonna, I'll watch and do it on.
You're on stage.
On stage! Watching you.
Everybody outside the room.
Ready to go. You couldn't do that. You could not do that. You were here. So well done, okay? It may not be clear around, right? This range of motion. Notice that I can't quite, but I can if I slide my hands. See if you can do it. Whoa, be gentle. Slide your hands as you come back and down. Come back up, yeah. Good job, good job. Go ahead. Well, actually, yeah, we'll put those down. We're gonna do one more thing with our legs before we get up and move. Walk.
Do that quietly, please.
That quietly.
Not quietly.
Find your block, okay? It's out to the side. It's pointing on a 45-degree angle, even a little more. Notice how far mine is from my feet, from where it's like right here with my knee. Because, yeah, Trudy knows, I know what we're gonna do. And plop it on there, okay? Yeah. Oh, move yours this way a little more. No, the whole block. No, you want it, no, come this way. Yeah, that's good. No, it needs to be wider. I want it wider. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Yes, 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 yeah. Sit up on the edge of your chair. Okay. So, I want you to first, now you think you get up here and you do this and that's fine, okay? But I want you to lift, so lean. See if you can lift up so that there's air underneath that rear end. And then holding that, push down into the foot. Pull this down. Lift it up. Pull. So we're doing the top side of that muscle. One more. Pull it down. Okay. Now, go ahead and wiggle it. Find that rotation. Oh, yeah. Beautifully done. Go ahead and move this foot a little wider. You might have to come to the edge of your chair a little bit more. Hands are on your thighs. I want you to feel your toes you're gonna come up onto your toes. Feel the knees try to widen. And then we're just gonna stick the chest out. Now, holding all of this, and if you get a cramp, come out, come back in, right? Okay, go ahead and just tuck the tailbone and round. Okay, you might have to pull forward to get that, and then come back up, reaching the chest forward. Round. okay? So it looks like this, sideways. So I'm really pushing forward, and then round, come all the way. You can't do this if the back's in the way. So if you're sitting clear against the back, you gotta sit up on the edge of the chair. Come forward, getting into the spine. We are articulating, okay? If you're in a regular yoga class, you're doing that here, right? You're finding all that range of motion. Or you're here and finding that range of motion. That's what we're looking for. So opening, okay? Putting some width and some expansion and finding that give. Come one more and hold this one, okay? Now this one's gonna be a little funky. Push this heel back down. Okay, we try not to sit like this. So if your foot's behind, bring it out here. It's better on the knee if we're not working it. And then I want you to lean and lift. Pull that down and stay. Lean and lift. Now remember the side bend? We felt it here. We still feel it here, but notice it's going the opposite direction. I want you to add one more thing in, lift. And as you go down with the hip, go up with the elbow and come back. Go down with the hip and up with the elbow and come back. Go down with the hip and up with the elbow. Go ahead and come all the way. Woo! Just grab the back of the chair, shoulder, let it go up and around and back and twist. So you're twisting towards the block, right? Take that up, yeah, Michelle's got it. On opposite hand on that thigh. Now I'm not letting that thigh pull in. Way. Try to just hold the chair and hold the leg and then see if you can get the belly to twist. So you're initiating in that core. Does not matter where the head is. It shouldn't be forced over that back shoulder. And then slowly unwind. Okay? It's a lot of work. How'd that feel?
Good work.
Okay. Okay, so notice that we went this way and then we went this way. Okay, so we're doing both sides. Second side. Take it wide. You can totally do this kind of movement while we're getting set up, right? But you just want to make sure that right angle. That's what we're looking for. So when I watch, if I see this, right? Okay, that does not hurt our knee there. But when you do work in this part of the body, it puts strain on the knee joint. The knee joint doesn't have the muscle. We work the muscles around it. Okay, here we go. Lean over, lift, pull it down. Lean over and lift, pull it down. Kind of warming up waistline, lean over, lift. We have what we call a QL, quadratus lumborum. It kind of connects right there. Pull that down and yeah, come all the way up. Beautifully done. Go ahead and just kind of wiggle around for a minute, and then this foot's going wide, okay? You're pulling here, just as wide as you can get it. If you get a cramp at any time, come out, let it go, and just slowly work your way back in. Most times the cramp is, you haven't made me do this, like ever. Okay, and I don't know about you, but I'll have a cramp and I'll come out, maybe work out some things, come back in, and the kramp's gone. Come up to your toes, pushing in, right? Finding that width and expansion, hands here we go. Open, tighten and close. You might ask, why are we up on our toes? What do you feel different? Go ahead and put your heels down and try it. Now take the toes up and try it. What do you feel different? We're engaging not just the spine moving, because all of these muscles go through these hips and attach here. And all of these muscles go through these hips and attach here so that I can move this way. Okay, we want to work the full range of that motion, the full range of that muscle. All right, here we go, staying, right? Up here, lean. You can totally put the foot down if you need to. Pull down, but you're staying with the elbow, right? Lift up, pull down and reach. So right hip is lifting, right hip pulls down, my elbow reaches. You might get maybe a half an inch of motion. You can still find that stretch. One more, actually two more, and come and find that give and then up. So what I have tried to do for this class, this is for you, AJ and Lori, is to take what I do here, how can I access it here to make it for everybody? Go ahead and release. How you doing? Go ahead, come around, stand. You're gonna come to the back of your chair. I'm gonna just turn so you can see me sideways. We put the chairs on the mat for a reason. I don't want them slipping and sliding. Okay? My pole's in the way. Yours isn't. There we go. Yeah, just back. Oh, yeah. Find the length. Go to where you can. You might be able to get the shoulders on the back, okay? Bend your knees and make your sit bones be higher than your low back. So that's what this, look up if you need to. This here, we think is a forward fold, but it's right here. We want to hinge here. So I've got to bend my knees and stick the bum out, that work we've done. And you'll actually feel your hamstrings go, oh, hi, there you are. Yeah, breathe. Just stretch, just pull. Does anybody think this feels icky? Don't you just love that length in your spine? AJ, bend those knees more. More. And more. Oh, yeah. Up, back. Yeah. We got to have that length, okay? And it takes this. We could actually live without these and these. I do not want to. This we can't, okay? Come back again. Find that bend. Reach. If you can, pull your shoulders. They're going to come up by your ears. They're going to come up by just kind of lifting towards the sky, but your sit bones still stay. And then would you just let your head kind of look up and then tuck your chin. Let your head lift up. My body, my core, can you feel your core is having to hold? Tighten your belly. You're just moving the head, but your belly and your back are doing the work of supporting, and then walk all the way back up. Okay, was that too intense? Was it too intense? Okay. Because how do we can do all sorts of this kind of stuff, but to support us upright, we have to learn to use the corset muscle. It's the very underneath muscle, okay? I don't care about a six-pack. I want my core so strong. Along the spine, it's almost like, you know what a fishtail braid is? Where they do the little tiny pieces and they do the braid. Your muscles, they're the width of my finger. That's as big as they are, but they're not. They're like from the knuckle up. And they just fan the vertebrae all the way up. What would, if they go like this way, so to lengthen them here, to strengthen them here. It's the only way they can strengthen. Yeah, we can do all this kind of movement around, but we have to do it around each vertebra, right? So come back, find that length again. Now, if you feel like you'd like to go deeper, okay, then you are welcome to come around to the front side of your mat. Plant. You'll just be lower. And go ahead and bend your elbows coming into what we call a dolphin. It's going to work your shoulders a little more. So if your shoulders are toast, don't do it. But you're going to take your elbows, they plant, and you're going to try to widen your shoulders, bend the knees, and you're going to reach. So this might be something you'll find more work going on in the shoulders. You might want it. Yeah. So AJ, bend these more and stick the rear end up more. Yes. Do you know what mooning is? What? You've never been mooned?
Oh.
Yeah, moon that back wall. Yeah, there you go. It works every time.
Yes.
Do you know what that is? Yes, and then come all the way up. Beautifully done, and grab your bowl. Okay, so you are welcome here and here. This is low. You are also welcome here and here, okay? So if you find that balance is a challenge, I don't want anybody falling. Okay? Yeah, so grab your stick. We did this last week, we've done it before. It's hip range of motion. Go ahead and bring the leg up. It can be here, it can be here. Kind of fiddle, what's most comfortable to you? Opposite, same foot and leg, okay? Hand on one and hand on the other, okay? You choose. So I'm going to do both because I'm going to set the example.
You're gonna jump up in the air.
I am gloomy, no. Okay, so come forward. Whatever leg you choose, make circles. Now it's going to go here. Now we usually just do this, but guess what else this hip can do? Stop here, turn it there. Oh yeah.
You got it, kid.
And no, so we're just, that's an internal rotation of that thigh bone. Then go ahead and just bend the knee. You're going to come back. Ooh, squat. Working that front thigh. See if you can drop this hip and maybe push that foot a little further. Whoa, and come all the way back up. Come to here. Rotate it back here. Bring it forward. Ooh, let's take it across. And bring it back. Yeah? Yeah? Okay. Wiggle it out. Second side. However you want to work. I'm showing method. Both hands are grabbing stuff. Okay? Here we go. Up. Take it out to the side. Move it around. Find that circle. Can you see how that circle is all on the front side of the body? It is limiting what that hip can do. Go ahead. Take it out to the side. Now internally rotate it. Come back. Try that internal rotation. My foot is higher than my thigh. And then I'm going to bend the knee, drop it down, come in. We're going to work this standing leg a little bit. Okay? So you're here. It's behind, right? Go ahead and reach. And if you wonder, we don't do this in regular yoga classes. Are you freaking kidding me? This is how we do them in regular yoga classes. They stand like this, and they do all of that same rotation without fabulous balance. It's fabulous balance this way. Okay? Did you come up? Did you come across? And come back, shake it out. How are we doing? Can we do one more each side, or are we toasted?
I didn't swing around the chair.
You what?
Did we swing around the chair?
Swing around the chair? Oh, you be careful. So that reminds me of my son back from an LDS mission. Went running with me, and there are road cones. He's just box jumping over them. I'm not talking like a track meet, over the hurdles. I'm talking stop, run, stop, jump, down. I was just like, okay, did I talk long enough that you're ready? Do you know that that's my, because some people, you're just like, oh no, please don't make me do another one just yet. Okay, come, reach it up. Go ahead and find this circle. You just, guys, grab hold of your couch at home, your countertop, bring it here, find that rotation. Notice, this hip has to lift. It doesn't have to, but it usually does. It just will. But I am taking that femur bone and moving it, and then I'm going to pull it behind. Bend. I want you to feel it on this standing leg as well. Go ahead and see if you can push that heel that way. Find that, whoa, and then come all the way backwards. Turn the foot up, then turn it in. Bring it, now you're crossing it across the body. Anybody feel that in here? Yeah. Okay, if you'd like to, you can actually find this and sit, standing pigeon pose. Yeah. Now, drop the hip. So I'm wobbling. Wobbling's actually good. Drop that hip and then lift it up. Drop it. Anybody feeling anything on this? And come all the way up. Woo! Shake out those legs. Shake them out. Just shake them. This is the one that Joan was so cute. Everything's jiggling. Let it jiggle. Let it jiggle. We got one more leg. Here we go. Come here. Find some rotation. And then the next time you're here, internally rotate. Foot goes higher. Pull it back behind, bend this standing leg. Fine. And then reach that heel that way. Falling out is perfect. Come back in. Come all the way up. Right. Ooh, foot is behind. Open it up. Come across. We're going to do one more. Come back. Find that rotation. Bend. Come behind. We'll reach through that heel. Come all the way back. Heel is up. And then here. And then here. And then here. And then cross. And find your seat. Go ahead and lift and lower this knees, hip. It's not a bend in the knee. I'm staying down. I'm just coming in and out. It's working. And come out. Yeah, shake it out. All right, so I just need to know, text, should get your phone numbers. Text and in our stream, or just text me and say, I hurt. I've done too much. But when you tell me the last time we worked these for the first time that you felt nothing, then we can work a little harder, okay? That's what we're doing. And we're constantly doing that. We're listening because yoga has nothing to do with any of this that we're doing. Yoga is the connection. Here, here, here. What do I need? I need food, I need water. Being so tied to that, okay? All right, come on to the floor. On your backs, bending the knees. You don't need your sticks. I'm gonna turn the lights down.
I know. Are we pretty good about it?
I think you're right. Unless you want to try it and see how it feels. You're gonna just move your stuff out of the way. Don't put your shoe on the cone. Just tease it. Just do it. Okay, come on down, sir. Whoop. This way. Windshield wipers. Knees are just going side to side. Okay, once you get the knees going, add the head. And the head's just going to go opposite. There you go. Okay. Bend the knees. Bend them, yeah. So, if your chin is doing this, that's what your alignment you're doing in your neck. So you want to try and create that. Okay? So I'll show you. We use our boss. We just, we're folding down. There. Yeah. Okay. So you've just done this. What do you think?
Good.
No. Take the head side to side. So, when I first started yoga, I had no idea this connectedness, even with all the dancing I did. Yeah, head down. Just move those knees. Just move the knees side to side. Side to side. So, it wasn't until I found yoga. Yes, I felt like I was dancing. I was moving my body again in the same manner that I had all my dancing. but I remember the class very distinctly. The class and the teacher. Question was asked. She said, now take your foot into your hand. We were lying on our backs. And she's like, now, go ahead and straighten the leg. And somebody said, where should the leg be? And that is all I grew up with my dance, was the leg should be here. Okay? And then all of a sudden the teacher said, where does it feel the best in your body? And I was like, what? Right? So as you're here, going side to side, letting the head go the other direction, what do you feel like your body would like? Okay, so I'd like you to grab one of your feet. You're gonna have to bend your knee. Okay, you might not be able to get up here and get it. If you can, grab hold underneath your thigh. And I want you to just hug it towards. I'm gonna come and help, okay? Find range of motion. Okay.
Let's move it around while we're holding it.
Yeah, here we go. Just find range of motion. We've worked that core lately a lot. We're just gonna hold this. So find some range of motion there. We've worked those hips, okay? Now, this is a whole exercise in and of itself, and I'm only giving you like a tidbit moment. As you move, will you just let gratitude, yeah, you knew we were coming here, right? For this hip, infuse. All it can do, not how tight it is, not how it's hurting, just offer like a thank you to the heavens for that movement. And then go ahead and put that one down on the other side. If you've already done both legs, do both legs. Hold it down. So you bend your knee. I'm not going to let you go too far. Now, move side to side and create circles in that bed. You got it. Is that hurt you? Good. You still doing your exercises?
Right.
You still doing your exercises? Your legs?
Yeah, if I can think of it. It's not nervous.
What?
I get close.
Yeah. And release. Go ahead and take a circle or take a twist. Take your knees, let me just go through that again. Take your knees to the right and hold them there. And then just look and twist away from the knees. Take a deep breath. You're not moving them this time, you're just holding. You might feel something in the low back, you might feel something in the hip, it might be waistline. Again, here's our little 5-second, oh my gosh, thank you so much that I can do this. And then when you're ready, up and over to the other side and hold. We try to always end class after twisting the spine. And again, there's going to be different sensations on different sides of the body, right? Take a deep inhale and an audible exhale. Thank you for this beautiful gift of a body. Thank you for this movement that I can do. And slowly come back to center. Grab your bolster, it's going underneath your knees. I'll get it. Thanks, Martha. Just need to come down, yeah, so it needs to come down a little. Now go back down. There we go.
Now, would you see it?
Oh, releasing the low back, yes. Do you feel totally released? Low back, okay. Yeah.
Long street.
You want to be relaxed. Okay, but I don't want your, is your low back okay? Good. Awesome. Just let it go. For a moment, we are finding stillness. For a moment, notice your breath. And then try to let everything go. You'll hear noise, there's voices, there's the heater, there's the beep at the front desk, it's the cars. You'll feel all of those. Your brain will want to go there, it's fine, it's what it's meant to do. It's just doing its tasks. But take a deep, slow breath, and then let everything go. Feel yourself cradled by gravity. Practicing stillness sometimes is the hardest thing to do. We started just a little bit late today, so will you inhale? We're going to come out. We've got that group coming in. But take just a moment to breathe, to begin moving, to let your mind wander through your body. How do my shoulders? And then especially the ones that are hurt, will you offer them an extra prayer of gratitude for the work they are doing injured? And then slowly begin moving again. The arms, I love to stretch mine up overhead and find a stretch. We did not do a ton of movement, but we did, it was just different. So I do want to know if we did too much on hips, okay? But pause again for just a moment. I'll end class here. I always try to end class with either Shanti, which means peace, or Namaste, which means I bow to you. I bow to your goodness. I see it. I see your greatness. I see your divinity. And thank you for sharing your light with me today. Namaste. And then slowly come on out. Working your way. So do I have to? I know.